Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to integrate digital ink recognition from MLKIt for Flutter iOS. I have already made a video for Flutter Android, so if you are interested you can watch that video. So let's get started. I will firstly tell you what I exactly mean by digital ink recognition. So I'll just quickly so here you can see my output. I have this view, so the red color view is actually an image view. I will draw something on it and I will try to recognize it, and it will the digital ink recognition from MLKIt will recognize it as the best to its knowledge. So here firstly I am using this, so there are different types of languages which you can use. So I am using English so that everyone can understand. So if you see search for English, this is the language code for English, and if you see my code, I have hard coded it over here. There are other things as well which I will show you later on, but here you can see this is English. Firstly I will press the download button, and I have already downloaded. So my connection has disappeared. I will run my app again. Sorry about this, but once I click on the download button, so first you have to download that machine learning model or TensorFlow Lite model. Whatever it downloads, it will vary depending on what language you are using. So here you can see, I'll just erase this. If I firstly I'll have to click on the download button, and here you can see the model is already downloaded for me, so I can start using it. If you want, you can add additional label on the UI and display this particular message, but just to keep things simple, I am avoiding that. I will write something on this, like I will draw something with my finger. I have typed it hi, like wrote or drawn as hi, and if I click on recognize, here you can see it didn't recognize it properly. It is saying TI, but it was HI. I will clear it. I will try it once again. Now I will try it in proper way. Let's see if it recognizes or not. And here you can see now it was able to recognize it properly. If I want to delete it, I can delete that. The model has been deleted, and if I want to clear this stuff out, I can just click on the clear button as well. Now so these are for languages. You just have to use this language code by going to this particular URI. There is something for emojis as well, so if you want to try emojis, just copy paste this. And here I have just hard coded it, but if you want, you can give a drop down as such, so that you don't have to hard code it. So I will rerun my app again quickly. So here I will now draw emojis, and it should be able to recognize the emojis which I have drawn. So firstly I will click on the download button. So here you can see it has started downloaded. The download was success. It was pretty quick. I will draw something on the screen and will try to draw the smiley emoji. Let's see what it recognizes. It was pretty close. So yeah, this is how you can recognize the smiley emoji as well. And if you want to do it for shapes or auto draw, there is something called auto draw as well, which I haven't tried. But if you want to do it for shapes, again just replace this, rerun my app again. If you want, you can send this language tag from Flutter side as well. Like currently I am sending the width and height from Flutter side. Similarly you can send this language code from Flutter side as well, so that hot reload and hot restart would work. Otherwise if you try to do it in native code, you will have to rerun the app again and again. So I will draw something like some shape, maybe a rectangle, and I'll have to click on the download button because this download was succeed. Then I'll click on recognize, and here you can see it is able to recognize it was a rectangle. So that's what this is all about. Let's see how to do this. So firstly I have created one Flutter project. And here I have just refactored my home page widget. It is a stateful widget. Now all the things which you see, the buttons and the canvas, everything is native UI elements. Nothing is Flutter, no Flutter UIs. You can do it, but it will make your life more difficult. That's why I have avoided it. Everything is Flutter, everything is native components. So here I have taken one size box, and I have created this custom widget, and here you can see I'm passing width and height. Similarly you can pass the language tag or language ID as well. I will tell you why I'm passing this width and height later on, even though I'm not really using this on the native side, but I will tell you why I'm exactly passing this. Then I have created this custom component called my digital ink recognition. It takes width and height, and here I have just created this creation params. And here sorry, I think I forgot one thing. We have to pass our creation param something like this as well. Why is this not working? because this can't be const. Okay, let me quickly check one more thing. Okay, sorry about this. Okay, I'll quickly do this, quickly run it, because the why I'm passing width and height is because the UI screen.main is deprecated. Now the other way to get the UI screen size is using this particular code, but again this is not really working for me. If I use this particular thing, then the width and height, the buttons are not getting displayed. So here you can see now it is getting displayed properly. So I think it's better to use the width and height from the Flutter side itself, because if you see inside main.dart, I'm passing the this component has been wrapped inside using size box, right? So whatever is the size box height, width and height, I'm passing the same thing over here. So as you can see, I'm passing the same thing over here, and here I have created a UIKit view if it is iOS. Otherwise I'm just displaying a placeholder for other platform. Now same identifier you will have to use it on native iOS side as well, and here we are passing our creation params. So the width and height is sent to native iOS side as well. Okay, now you will have to, what I have done is that next thing is we require this pod file being created. Now in newer versions of Flutter, this pod file is not created automatically. So what I did was, in pubspec.yaml, I just added this dependency and click on save. It automatically creates a pod file for me. Now this dependency is not for creating pod file, it is for launching URLs from your app. It is a URL launcher. If you have some other dependency which has automatically created this pod file for you, you are good to go. You don't need this particular dependency. Okay, I needed this because I want to create this pod file automatically for us. If I create it manually, I might run into some issues, and it automatically also created this pod file.log. So I don't want to take any risk, because it would differ from project to project. Once this pod file is created, you just have to add this line of code. So we have to add this pod dependency of Google MLKIt digital ink recognition. Once you do that, open your terminal, cd to your iOS directory and run pod space install. It will install all the dependencies for you. Then you will have to open the XE workspace of your project inside Xcode. So I have already opened that. First thing is, you will have to go to app delegate, and here we will have to register our view. Now this is boilerplate code. Every time you have to register a native iOS view, you have to write this bit of code. The only thing is, same identifier which I have used it on Flutter side, I am using it over here, and here I am referencing one Swift file which I will tell you shortly. The next thing is, create a Swift file called recognized ink. I have just copy pasted it from the documentation. You can do the same thing. Okay, just copy paste it. Then create another Swift file called stroke manager delegate. Again, I have just copy pasted it. So this does all the magic for us. Again, I'm not really good at this, so you can just copy paste it if you like. So this helps us for language downloading, like the TensorFlow models downloading. So here you can see this is all the code for it. So you can just copy paste it, like we don't really need to know this code. Okay, so this is done. Alright, I'll just quickly scroll up as well in case if you missed it anything. You can just pause the video and copy paste all the code if you want, or you can refer their GitHub documentation for digital ink recognition. You will find all this code. Then we have created one custom UI view class. Now I need to get hold of this touch begins, touch moved and touch end, so that when the user draws, that's why I have to create this custom view class, and it takes a delegate of my digital recognition view. So create another Swift file called my digital ink recognition view, and just copy paste all this code. We need the touch listener, that's why I have to created one custom class for UI view. Then coming back to our my digital ink recognition view native view factory. Again, this is boilerplate code which you have to write every time you have to embed a native iOS view inside your Flutter project. So just copy paste it. Only thing is, here we are referencing our Swift file. So go to this Swift file. So this is the real implementation. So here we are basically importing Flutter UIKit as well as MLKIt, and here we are extending NS object, Flutter platform view and stroke manager delegate. Then here we are creating our custom view. Here I have set some values like what should be the brush width. Here we are initializing a stroke manager, like creating a variable for it. Then the last CG point, and here I have created two image views. Now if you see the output, the red color thing which you see is not a canvas, it is actually an image view. I am drawing on an image view, and when we click on recognize, the text which is shown by MLKIt is also shown on an image view. Again, I am not really sure why they took image view and not created a canvas. I have just followed the documentation. Then these are all the buttons for download, delete, recognize and clear. And then inside init we are just initializing our view, setting the touch delegate. I have set some background color. If you don't want to set background color, remove it. Here we are getting the width and height from the Flutter side and assigning it to our view.frame. Again, I am not using this UI screen.mains.bounce because this is deprecated. There is another thing called UI screen.currents.bounce.size, but this was causing some issues, like my button was not getting displayed. I don't know why. Then for this UI screen.currents.bounce.size, I have also copied to extension. You don't really need this. If you are using that method, then you would require this. I am not using it, so I'll just comment this out just to avoid confusion. Then here we are initializing our stroke manager. Set the language tag to whatever you feel like. Here I am just doing NS layout stuff, setting buttons, setting titles to our button, setting background colors to our button, adding it all the image views and buttons to our main view, setting click listener to all the buttons, then doing some NS layout constraints. So you can just copy paste it, this NS layout constraints. Then here we are overriding the touch began, touch moved and touch ended. So again you can copy paste it. Here we are returning our custom UI view and this display message. So here if you have one label, you can just update the text of the label. So this will give you a clarity on whether the model was downloaded or not. And here is for clearing, this is for redraw, this is for drawing line segment. Again, I'm not really good at this. So here this is called when clear button is clicked, this is when recognized button is clicked, this is when delete button is clicked, and this is when download button is clicked. This is for drawing ink. Again, I'm not really good at this. You can just copy paste it. And this is for get incorrect. This is for drawing text. So yeah, I think yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.